Hey there and happy Monday. So if you guys know me at all, I love Mondays. Most people aren't excited about Monday. That must mean that I like what I do because it's kind of like starting off the week in a brand new way. And usually it's a work week, even though I'm usually working from home. But I am excited to kick off another virtual hostess, and that is Deb King. And so hi there, Lois. And with that, I had said last week that I would like to do more with the Ginkgo branch bundle because I kind of gave you guys a sneak peek of it with my last hostess. Hi there, Julie. And so I thought, well, let's just pull out that bundle and pair it with something from Celebration because I kind of had something in my mind how it could work. So I'm using the Ginkgo branch bundle with the Dainty Flowers DSP because that's been really popular. Also, actually, I feel like a lot of the Celebration things have been really popular, so they must have picked out some good things this time around. So here is today's card, and actually I'm going to show you another version when I get my camera turned around too, but you guys know me, I love blue, and I hope I don't do too much of it, but I just thought, oh, this is what kind of struck my eye, but like the other one wasn't bad, so I'm still going to show you my other version of today's card using some other paper from that same set, and then also another card for a class that I have coming up that I'm excited about too. Hi there, Rosina. Hi, Jill. So let me put down my iPad because that's caught up here. Thank you, Lois. And then you'll get to see it a little bit better too. So yeah, the Ginkgo branch really caught my eye right away. And I know you guys often love like greenery, and I felt like this was more of a greenery than a floral stamp set here. So let me get some better lighting. So this is a card that I'm going to make for you guys today. Hi there, Pam, showing some fun dies today. And then this is the other version using the Dainty Flowers DSP. So we've got kind of like a little pared down version versus this. So same layout, same designer series paper pack. I liked both of them, but like I said, you guys know me well enough to know that I'm always going to venture towards the blue end of the color wheel when it comes to creating things. And then as I go about, I hope to show you like what I used. If like you think, oh no, I want it in the green, I'll show you kind of the products that I used in comparison when I get that far. So let me show you where this is coming from. Well, that's funny. I have like a little piece of a dimensional underneath my tripod. I was like, what is like sticking to my catalog? Okay. Hi there, Pam. Thank you. Oh, you must love blue like I love blue. I know a lot of you guys really like blue, so I never feel like I'm going too far when I pull out my blue again. And it's actually not Night of Navy. Today I'm using the Starry Sky. So I'll talk more about that. So here's the mini catalog, and the Ginkgo bundles on page 57. So it's got a nice array of sentiments, especially for sympathy. Here, maybe it'll show up a little bit better with the darker print here on the case. So we've got 4 different sentiments, sending hope and peace, thinking of you with sympathy, and just the friend. And I know a lot of you really like it when I make just simple friend cards. So I'll show you the dies here in a little bit, but it's always nice too in the catalog when they outline, and I wanted to point that out. When you see kind of that off-white outline on images, that means those are the images that will have dies that coordinate. But then this set of dies also has a die in here that I'm using today that isn't listed here. It's its own separate thing, which Stampin' Up! Likes to do too. So that's where that bundle is found. And then I haven't done anything, I realize, on camera with the Dainty Flowers DSP that is free from Celebration. Hey there, Stacy. Miss you tons. Glad to see your name pop up here. Hi, Angie. So from Celebration on pages 6 and 7, they've got these great layouts of ideas using the paper. And I know a lot of you are excited about this paper, and it's been popular because it kind of just does its own thing. And so because this is the first time I'm using it, I'm just going to show you the different patterns. So we've got this set here that's just some everything's dainty, put it that way, but the bigger image of the dainty flowers. And then how fun is just kind of the splatter background? I think this would be gorgeous for coordinating with anything. And then this, you can make card fronts so easy by just cutting this into sections and cutting, you know, like this part and then this part in sections. So very easy to do that. And then the back side is just some of those dainty flowers on old olive. And then this today is just the old olive and mellow moss, and that is the pattern that I'm using for this card here, just to kind of put that into perspective. And then the fresh freesia dots, which I think are great for spring projects. I think this one is so pretty too. More of pinks in the dainty flowers. And then the back side is what I'm using for the card that I'm going to put together with you using Starry Sky. Hello there, Tori. And then we've got the daintier flowers from the dainty flowers. Like I said, the first one kind of was a little bit larger version of this pattern. Hi, Michelle. And then the back side is just a soft pink color with some white flowers on there. So really nice combination of all sorts of things on there. And that's why I wanted to show you that, because I haven't, like I said, delved into it. Oh, and then here, let me put this here, because I have been working on an upcoming class for, I'm grabbing the paper as I go. This is the one that I didn't show you. Okay, so there's a sheet, actually 2 sheets, because there's double of everything of this. So you'd have like this nice thing to put a card together, and then these fun wreaths. Hi there, Jeannie. And yeah, Tori, you're right. It's so easy to put cards together. So cutting out this wreath, I put together this Easter card for an upcoming class that I'm doing a week from today in Medelia. So if you're interested in that, you can still sign up. So this is just a sneak peek of that, but how fun just to take that wreath and make an Easter card out of that. And so this is the Easter punch. This is an Easter egg I cut out, but the bunny is a punch bundle. So that's a sneak peek of that class coming up. Not that it's a secret. I want people to be there. So it's kind of fun that I could show you guys that. But let me get started on today's card. Hi there, Becky. I just put something in the mail to you today. Okay. So my card base for today's card is the Starry Sky. Whoops, this is not the card base. I'm like, that's a lot smaller than it needs to be. Okay, so Starry Sky, and a lot of you have asked, oh gosh, Jeannie just said I'm up to 60 cards from this pack of paper. That is so cool to hear. And yeah, that just shows you, like, sometimes you go, oh, do I really need more paper? But you can get 60 cards out of one, as according to Jeannie. So that's kind of fun. So yeah. And hi, Renee. A lot of you are jumping in. I must have picked a popular time today. So this is Starry Sky. It's one of this year's in colors. And I know a lot of you have asked, so I'm reaching for it, how that compares to Night of Navy. And if you haven't, received it yet. So here's Starry Sky. It has a purplish tone compared to Night of Navy. So since I have, both of them here, I kind of think it's fun to show that side by side, since I have time to do that today. And it makes me always think of that, because that's probably the number one question that people ask about this. But this is such a pretty color. I think it just takes blue to a whole new level too. So this being my card base, like I said, opening this way. And then I just took a section of that Dainty Flowers DSP, and then this one, it doesn't, this one doesn't like have any of the flowers on it. It's just more of the pattern. Like, I like it when Stampin' Up! Kind of does one side like a theme and then the other side patterns. So you can have all the dainty flowers on one side and then just plain patterns on the other. So this I cut 4 inches by 5 1/4 to fit that. Pam it says, if Medelia let's see if she finished it. I don't know. So Pam, I just saw something like, if Medelia, so yeah, Medelia's coming up a week from today. And so if you want more details on that, send me a message or even comment here. Because you sign up through them, but I have the details actually all on my Facebook page here. So just scroll down from a few days ago and you'll have like the time, the location, what you're going to be doing. Actually, that might be the best place to direct you guys to. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Marilyn. And Oh yeah, and Julie says the Ginkgo set is calling my name. Okay, so Pam is saying, I'd love you to post the Medelia cards. Yes, so I will be posting the cards that I'll do in Medelia. If I don't do it ahead of time, I for sure will do it after. So I always like, if I went through all the work of creating projects, I like posting them to you guys at some point. So yes, I will do that. I'm glad you asked. Okay, so then next what I'm going to do is take this piece of the Starry Sky. I'm just going to tuck this under here, and I'm going to run the die through here. So let me show you these Ginkgo dies. So here's the set. It's a nice big set. There's 3 in there. Just kidding. I just want to make sure that there weren't more hiding, because I jokingly thought, okay, is there more than even what I'm going to show you? So this one here is what cuts out like this big arrangement from the stamps. So that one I'm not using today, so I can put that one back. What I am using is, it's sticking to it. Okay, is this one. And this one is just a stand. Call tried to come through, so I'm just trying to see if I can get rid of that. And I hope on your end that you never even hear it. Okay, thanks, Margaret. And then I'm using this, which is great. It's a nice little frame for all the sentiments that we can use with the stamp set too. So these are the 2 dies from here that I am using from the Ginkgo branch dies. And once again, I like to point out the stamp set's called Ginkgo branch, and so is the set of dies. So I love it that Stampin' Up! Is naming them the same thing, so it makes coordinating easier, finding things easier, so love it. All right, so I'm just going to get my Starry Sky and line up my die here, and this could be a way, thinking how Jeannie has excited me with her making 60 cards out of the Dainty Flowers paper pack, but I'm like, gee, this is going to be one of those easy cards that you just kind of let the die and the pretty paper do its thing. So let's see, I've kind of went back and forth with this. This one wants to, I should get out my, shoot, I think it's still downstairs, my take your pick die, but I tell you what, it does come out. I was going to ahead of time have one that came out perfectly all done, but this, honestly, these pieces fall out. There's a difference of, oh, the pieces didn't come out very nice, versus those don't want to come out at all. That's not the case. So these are sticking just a little bit to me, but literally just kind of moving my piece. Sometimes I just kind of go back and forth and jiggle it, and then they just kind of fall out. So that is what I'm doing here, because I have my brush tip in a different location. I've been stamping kind of all over my house this winter in different locations, and so I want to keep you here on my video. Okay, see, that's how fast it came together, like so. And then let me just take all these little pieces and scrape them into my hand so that they don't get in the way of when I stamp. There's nothing worse than like getting to the part where you're stamping and then have a little scrap underneath there that makes it not be a clear image too. All right, so we've got this, and then I'm going to take next a different set of dies, and this is the scalloped contour dies, and there's different sizes in here. So I'm going to show you, this is the size that I'm using, and I haven't used these scallop contour dies for a while, but I know that's been a really popular seller with all of you guys. So I kind of left it out like this so you can see it's the second largest one that I'm using today. And I almost use the smaller one, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like if I would have, so you can kind of see the difference. Here they are. So here we go. What I did, I have several different variations. Okay, so this is what my card looks like here. And then what I would have done if I use the smaller one, it wouldn't have looked bad in the middle of this card. It just doesn't fill it up as much. And sometimes it's fun to have things like this overlapping. So I'm not too afraid of this just being bigger than that, because I think sometimes it makes it more of a statement piece that way. But I just want to show you the difference in the two by using the big versus the small. And then the other thing that I had considered was using white on here, like so. And I just felt like that was like nice, but I felt like this was more subtle, especially for sympathy. This was kind of bright and this was more matchy, I feel like. So I like to show you that too. And then because I brought out the green version earlier, I used Very Vanilla underneath here because this paper seemed to be more Very Vanilla. Within the paper pack, some of the pieces tend to go towards Very Vanilla, the other basic white. So I kind of like to let you guys know that too. So then what I need to do is take my die and cut that out. I was like, where's that die? I need to cut it out for you guys. Okay, so let me get this over here. And I hope I don't seem disorganized to you guys. I think it's just that I'm so excited about like just making cards today. I made a whole bunch of cards to send out with thank you gifts from my open house yet. I'm still working on those because orders have come in, and then my hostess last week. So I've spent the day stamping already before doing this even. So like I said, it's been a really rock star day in a fun way. Okay, so now I've got this frame and I'm putting that on Smoky Slate. So that's the gray. Sometimes when you guys aren't right here to peek over my shoulder, the difference between Smoky Slate and basic gray can be hard on camera, but this is definitely Smoky Slate. So hi there, Chris. So we've got that cut out, and now I can kind of just finish assembly here. So I'm just going to take and put this on here. It makes it so easy because as kind of frail, I don't know if that's the way of putting it, looking as this is, the fun thing is there's these solid sections that I can just take and attach mini glue dots to. So all I do is line up those areas here like so, and I see one more little thing here with my take your pick tool that needs to come out. But now I think I've got the glue dots on there. Whoops, I should put one more. Let's line up one more here. And then if there's some that looks like it's kind of just free flowing, if you know me at all, I love it to have some pieces that actually like look like they're kind of popped up too, which is fun. And then I love these little branches there too. All right, so now we're already to the point where we're going to work on a sentiment. And I just have this scrap here that is the basic, or excuse me, not basic gray, Smoky Slate as well. So now we're going to do the first stamping of the whole project. And so that's using the Starry Sky to coordinate with the cardstock, of course. And then from the Ginkgo branch, the sentiment, it just popped up. I want to make sure that's not crooked. Sending hope and peace. Let me just, I washed it off. And so I don't know if it just got a little wet as I was switching between my old olive version of this card and Starry Sky. So I'm just going to ink and stamp that out in the Starry Sky. And then, like I said, this nice long banner die, it has nice little edges on there. So not only does it cut out in this long rectangle, it's going to look really kind of special fancy too. So let me just put this on top. Oh, another tip, and maybe you guys are comfortable in doing, it's totally fine to do. Every once in a while, if I've used a die for a while, it might want to like bow up. I don't know if you see a little bit of a curve. Just take and push down gently. I always put my fingers in the middle, push down gently. Gently is the key term, and then it will just lay nice for you again. So feel free to do that with your dies. Like I said, gentle is the key word, but yes, you can do that. Oops, that's wanting to move just a hair. There we go. And then it makes your dies easier to work with too, because there's nothing worse than having them go up. Sometimes I think that happens more if you're cutting plates are a little bit bowed too. So sending hope and peace. Isn't that beautiful inside there? So let me just get out some dimensionals, and I'm going to flip over that contour die frame piece and put like 5 dimensionals there. And because this is long, I'm just going to grab my scissors here, and I'll just kind of lay that like this and go, okay, it's about this long. And I'll cut this tiny strip right off of that. Do you guys do that too? I know you do, because it's so convenient for those types of long sentiment pieces. I'm just going to put that on there like so. And then with my take your pick tool, so easy to pick off all these extra little papers like so. That one, oh, I thought that one did come off. Okay. There we've got that. So now I'm just going to put this right front and center here. And then this, nice and long, it's going to kind of hang over each edge. And I want these little branches to kind of poke out from just underneath there as well too. So I've got this, and I've just laid that down on top like so. That makes such a beautiful sympathy card. And what I like about this, it doesn't look too florally. Like I said, it looks more like greenery, like nature. So if this was a guy's sympathy card, that wouldn't be the worst either. But it all depends kind of on how you embellishment, which I might be embellish it. So I might be wrecking things if you're thinking guy card. So what I'm pulling out today are those pastel pearls, and those have pinks and purples, and then kind of that light blue color that has retired, but this is still a current accessory for us. And so I'm like, oh, I kind of like how this is bluish gray. So this hue will just kind of coordinate with this project so perfectly too. So I'm just going to take and put, grab one of these with my take your pick tool and just kind of put those in those extra little side spots where there's just nothing there around that ginkgo. So just adding those pearls there like so, and because this is popped up, but then it kind of makes the embellishments about the same height as that too. And I always consider that when I send things like this out in the mail too. Sometimes having a little bit of a buffer sure helps. Thank you, Rosie, and I'm glad you liked today's card. Now, for those of you that have mentally been following along, like what did she do then with the old olive card? So I used embellishments here from the faux sea glass shapes. And so they have some that are like the not mint macaron, soft seafoam, there we go, kind of that tendency, and these are more like old olive and such. And so I just took this from the center of the faux sea glass and put some of those little tiny pieces here, and I love the extra kind of texture that it gives the card by adding something like that to that card. Thank you, Julie. So yeah, I can see myself sitting down and just making all sorts of different cards with this ginkgo set using different background paper. I mean, you could do all different types of cards and depending what you have. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have lots of designer series paper sitting around too. Or if you need it and are going to order this set now, then you could get it for free. Possibly if your order gets over 50, then you get the Dainty flowers for free because it's celebration. And so, yeah, so Jeannie's like, I like the card, didn't think about using the ginkgo set, but I just was like anxious to use it and hadn't used the Dainty flowers yet. So sometimes I think, could that go together? And I never like to force things just to go, okay, I'm going to use that and I'm going to use that and it's going to work or else type thing. But I really liked how this came together. And actually I really liked how the green came together for a totally different look too. So, yes. So Jill's the same way. Wasn't thinking about this. So yeah, when I first set out to order my ginkgo stamp set bundle, being in Vienna, like you get to see everything first. And I'm like, oh, I bet they're going to do something fun for us with that ginkgo bundle while we're over there. And they didn't, but it still stayed on my wish list. I put it on my wish list right away, didn't order it right away. And yet, because we couldn't, but then when I was able to order it, it was like one of the first things I did get. And it was nice that I could come back home because I don't ever want to be too like, oh, you know, I'm tired, I have jet lag, let's order $500 worth of products and not think it over. So I think we've all been in that boat too. So the more I thought about it, the more I really liked the Ginkgo branch bundle. Okay, so now I'm going to go with the inside, and it has that same font with sympathy to match the sending hope and peace. So we've got that. Thank you, Renee. And I'm just going to leave that. I could do more with the flowers and such on the inside, but I thought, you know what, sometimes with sympathy, just having it nice, plain, and simple in the inside is good too. So that's how this card is going to finish today. There you have it. And this is the first card, like I said, for, let me get this turned around, for Deb King's virtual party. I'm excited to kick this off this week. So my plans are to do her demos today, obviously one, and then Tuesday and Wednesday. Hopefully my schedule can stay on tack for that. So how you can get the 3 cards that I'm making for Deb's party is order, and some of you have already, order using her special host code. If you need help ordering ever, please let me know, and I'll post a still shot of today's card, and I'll also underneath that put her special host code along with that too if you need that as a reminder. So a minimum $25 order will get you, and using the host code will get you the 3 cards I make as a thank you from both her and I for ordering through her party. So that's all I have for today. Take care and have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye.